Madison, Golden West style.
Sweet, gentle music. Well-dressed, well-behaved men on practical transport. Rational exchanges of opinion. This is the stuff of which contemporary West Australian movies are made. Black Medicine. Don't wait for the book. Don't even wait for the movie. A sneak preview tomorrow night on State Affair.
Movie of the week is just for you. It's called Black Medicine, due for video and hopefully cinema release at year's end. Right now, though, the movie is still being shot around 2J, and if the sneak preview we've had is any indication, it should set Mad Max back on his heels. This is an all-West Australian movie that'd have Rambo reaching for Valium, an all-action movie of murder and mercenary, bikers and butchery, baddies committing ultimate outrage, and a hero bent on vengeance. Well, that's the plot line, but how it all works out we can't show you at this early hour of the night. Too violent, too realistic maybe. Enough to curl the hair of Miss Pickford, send King Kong into deep shock. But I can tell you it's real entertainment for sure, with great rock and roll from Trilogy, local of course, to sizzle your eardrums. Bikers aren't just screen villains, they're real, some of them anyway, and major investors in this epic on a shoestring. Straight shooters by and large, but as actors for Black Medicine's budding director-producer.
No particular problems. We got along quite well. It was basically I would ask the bikies to do something for a particular shot, and they would tell me that it can't be done that way because bikies don't do it that way. And they told me that they were very sick and tired of seeing bike movies that used actors and brand new motorbikes, and they did everything wrong, and they weren't being shown the way they really are.
How did the police treat the making of the movie?
The police were very good. Most of the film was shot up at 2J. The police quite often would come along and have a look, and they even blocked off roads for us occasionally.
No sweat, mate, for bikers or police, maybe, but for this on-screen ex-mercenary, now vengeance seeker, off-screen phys ed instructor, security agent and karate black belt, lots of sweat to keep those baddies down where they belong. But what is the correct on-screen way for biker baddies to turn up their toes?
I think they called it classy. They wanted to die classy looking, and I tried to accommodate them.
What's the difference between a classy death for a biker and an unclassy death, though?
Well, if he's beat to death by a couple of girls, that's not a classy way to die. But if half a dozen guys shoot him to death and he heads off over a cliff, well, that's a classy way to die.
Movie making is mostly illusion, the way you put the pictures together to make it all seem more real than it actually is. But it still can be dangerous. Does our modest screen hero have that taste for danger in his own life?
When I was younger. Now I'm not so interested in that kind of stuff. It's a matter of how much money I'm going to get.
How would you describe the character that you're playing? Is he anything like you? Is he true to life?
Oh, I don't think so. He was a pretty dangerous sort of a character, a killer, a terrorist type of guy. I'm a family man. I'm not into that kind of stuff anymore.
This movie's a family affair for sure. Chief on-screen villain and off-screen producer Rod Power, like another co-producer Keith Madden, is a former biker. The lifestyle Rod found in making the movie after more than a decade away still had its appeal.
I was, after a week with the bikers drinking, and I lost my identity actually. After a week it was time to come home because I forgot who I was.
Really?
Yes, I was back 10 years ago, and I had to sit down and think and say, right, now what are you going to do? What did you set out to do? Okay, I know who I am. Yes, let's go.
This is Tasting the Tea, Chinese kickboxing style, from a couple of local masters whose meticulous skills have won the praise of Hong Kong connoisseurs. A subtle blend that gives those movie biker fights real flavour.
I spent the last 12 years actually trying to get a film going. So I started martial arts 12 years ago to try to conquer the martial art world, if I could, as best as possible, and then try to use that avenue to get into the films. So my goal is to be a fight choreographer, whether it be martial arts or just street brawling.
The choreography for the fight sequences, how do you actually work those fight sequences out?
Well, I sit down and I through my head I probably have 100 different types of different ways to do things. But, you know, it's like dreaming. It's like dreaming. People sit down and they dream, oh, I'd like to be this or I'd like to be that. And I get off on just doing that.
And who wouldn't? Fantasy into film, that's what it's all about. And it should be a smash. A cult classic in the making, maybe. Seems easy, doesn't it? All you need to know is where you're going.
And I'm told, by the way, the attention of the police was drawn to the making of Black Medicine by an elderly 2J resident who phoned the police to tell them there are a lot of bikies getting slaughtered by a bridge. Would they like to find out?